I think they were going to stay put and watch our backs, keep anything from coming up behind us, I think.
Okay, so they're gonna stay. So Layden and his group is going to stay back and at the point, at the peak, and keep scouting. Or okay, so you guys are continuing. Okay, now I might have misunderstood that. So I would like to. Was that before you guys got spotted by the?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, before.
so I thought that Layden and his group was with you still. So crap.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, we could have, gone in deeper than where they were, and that's where they're like a blind spot or something. It's not a big deal. We just don't want a whole army coming after us from behind.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And just to be clear, like the pass that you're on is clearly not for large groups, but obviously this is one of the passes that has been letting people in and out of behind enemy territory. Yeah, but you don't have to worry about those thousands of orcs and goblins stuff marching up here. Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
All right. Well, it's already happened, so I'm going to just I'm just going to let it lie. But here was my dilemma, and this is why you guys are kind of some of the confusion. I think that happened at the end of our last session is that I thought the guards were still traveling with you, and therefore I thought the mercenaries. Or I'm sorry, not to just spoil anything. But I thought the individuals that were associated would have been like, oh, they're obviously not, people on our side. They're traveling with Capital's guards. But now that you tell me that Layden and them stayed back, they would still notify or signal that there are people coming. So I'm gonna let that because that's so they saw you, but I'm gonna change the fact that they're notifying. Oh, go ahead.
No, so the half of the people were traveling with us. We saw the things run off because they were notifying that there were our group was traveling. We sent half back to Mythanor to notify, and half did walk with us further in.
Okay, that sounds.
That's what happened.
And that's kind of why that whole thing kind of got triggered. There wasn't a lot of talking down to anyone. But so you guys are then. The last thing I remember is that you guys were starting your descent down. You hadn't reached the bottom, but it was starting to become like evening hours. But you guys could reach the bottom by nightfall, is what I will kind of last recall.
And we were leaving the guards up top while we descended.
Okay.
That's what was happening, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Anybody else want to add anything that we are overlooking that we did last session?
We did send Ichabod with a note to the kingdom to warn them about the threat.
Oh, back to Mythanor about the growing troops being a lot larger than what previous estimates were. Yes, definitely that has gone. And you can now, do you know when Ichabod reaches? Or it's just...
I could just peer into his eyes and find out.
Gotcha. And Ichabod, I don't know how far that would be in flight. It was a few days to get there. So for a bird, I would imagine that takes what? A day? 2 days of flight speed would be, I don't really want to break it down too much and do too much like specific math, but I don't want to be like too long or too ridiculously short either.
Okay, so he has a flying speed of 60. So if he were to quote dash, it would be 120 feet. So it would probably be half the time we traveled.
Okay. So currently Ichabod... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You're only sending them back to Mythanor, though. I'm thinking of all the way... It took you 3 days to get back to Sunos. That's my bad.
No.
I'm thinking Sunos. You're sitting back to Mythanor.
That's going to be... That. Like, it's over, Ichabod. The war is over.
I'm so sorry. All right, yeah, now I remember that. Okay. So it won't take a day and a half for Ichabod. I just want to make a mental note of that because you're like, I want to send Ichabod doing this. I'm like, okay, but you're going to reset your whole message clock. You guys have taken a day, so it will take probably 8 hours or so for him to, maybe even less than that, because you guys did a lot of your travel time is due to the rough terrain, and with Ichabod being able to fly, I would say that he could even, with flying capabilities, get there within 4 to 6 hours.
Hopefully, he doesn't get attacked in the air by a predator.
Yeah, it's been a few. Yeah, and as you
have prey, he doesn't have a whole lot of predators. He's good.
I do love those. They're so cool, but their eyes and heads creep me out. I don't know why. All right. Anything else? Faye, Cornus, Bart, you guys got anything you guys want to make note of before we get started, or anything you guys want to do before we dive in?
I think we're good.
No, I'm good.
All right, let's do this. So, Elson urged you to see what your group could do. Hearing that the Majesty had great faith in your group was enough for him to give you everything you need, although he seemed confident in his growing numbers against the Doomhammer's horde. Against Doomhammer's horde. Wow. Like we said, you guys made it to the peak and started your descent down, with half the men being sent back to Mythanor, and the other half, including Aladdin, following you down on your descent. As you approach the kind of dry beds, the barrens that lead to the Bleeding River, where you hope to follow its trail and find Udra. As you descend down, your group detected 2 individuals who saw you, and then Ichabod was sent to trail them, and they lit the signal fire and signaling that there were people approaching. A few moments later, you saw the signal down from the barrens kind of respond back up, and you and then the men continue to run forward. You guys continue your descent down the hill. What pace are you guys doing, and what kind of order are you guys doing? Are you still trying to be stealthy? Are you guys rushing, sprinting? How would you like to proceed?
Well, my 2 cents is stealth is pretty much off the table now. They know we're here.
Yeah, I mean, we could still try and be a bit stealthy.
True, they do know we're here, but so we aren't going to catch them by surprise, but we can at least try to go unseen for as long as we can.
I'm going to move you to this map. I thought I moved you guys over here already, so I kind of did my best to try to draw a map of the area that you guys are in last night. So you guys are right here. Can you guys see, or should I have to move your tokens to the screen first?
I can see.
Oh, you guys can all see? Okay. So you guys are in kind of the lower right corner after making your way along this ridge line up to here. And then this is where the big mean face right here is where you guys saw the kind of the horde amassing their forces once you got to like this peak. And you are now kind of on the opposite side of this mountain, descending this way, and that's kind of the route forward to the Bleeding River.
Oh, see, I thought we were already at Udra's den. Oh shit. Oh, we're not even close. Fuck.
No.
Oh boy,
Oh,
we don't know the scaling of this map.
That's true, but like...
We got a ways to go.
It's 45 feet.
Yeah.
That could be a tunnel right there.
I could make it there in one round. We're good.
I can teleport 2 of us there.
I'll drink my haste potions.
Don't suppose that Faye has modified memory.
No, no, I don't have 5th level spells.
Okay. Because that would be really cool if we could like catch one of those guys and modify the memory to make it seem like, wait, did I really see intruders?
Yeah. Oh, that would have been good.
That would have been useful.
I mean,
anyway.
At this point, yeah, I mean, okay, now that I kind of know where we are, I don't know if going stealthy would necessarily help all that much. It probably would impede our progress, but I think once we start to get closer to the clan areas, we should be a bit quieter. That's my only thought.
So where's the oh, that's the Hydra right there?
Ignore this. That is a weird stamp that should not have been put there. But yeah, that is where where Ellison pointed at the map that he speculates where Udru has made his lair, saying that Udru has been known to prey off of orcs in animal life or in anything. It doesn't really discriminate against what his meal is for the day along the banks. But he says primarily the most sightings have been in the pool or in like the kind of the pools as the river goes up north. And he said it pools 3 times, and there's been sightings in all of them. But he speculates that Udra's bin is in the lake that goes into the mountain in the north. And that lake, and also just a note, that mountain to the north, it would probably, now that you have a map and, talking to Ellison would be the most practical place for that flower sighting that you guys had that vision with Nawa with. So just some other previous things that have happened in earlier sessions.
All right. Do we know which way the river is flowing?
It would be flowing down south.
All right.
So, yeah.
How strong is the current?
Not that strong. It's very well. I mean, from up at the peak, you could see it's not anything that is super strong. It's a very kind of a simple and meandering river. It's kind of pathetic in its size to even call it a river. In comparison to other places you've been throughout the world and other larger and wider rivers you've seen come across.
All right. My last question: do we still have anything that will help the party with water breathing?
Yes.
We could hide in the water. We could travel through the river, not being detected.
We still have 2 scrolls of water breathing. Faye, you do.
We do.
Are you really?
Yes,
That
so
only
we could
lasts,
cast that.
4 hours?
Yeah, 24 hours.
We'd be good for 24 hours.
You're going to be able to walk
And
through an entire river in 24 hours?
To just give reference, the length of the river would probably to walk it, like to walk the roads, that are I guess existing, would probably take you 2 days. I would say to a boat upstream. While you wouldn't have to deal with the rough terrain, you just have the backwards current. You're still looking probably about, I would imagine, a day to day and a half to get upstream. I mean, does that math work out to you? Does that math make sense to you all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, I know the current's working against you, but I just can't think that'd be harder than going through all the different mountains.
I do have cap of water breathing. It is not an attunement item. Technically, we could share it. We could take turns using it underwater.
like the buddy system or the regulator.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh.
I'll allow it.
And Cronus, you still have the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Bart doesn't
we
need
still-
to breathe.
We got the helm and that necklace.
No, didn't we give those back?
We did
Give what back? Which ones?
The
the necklace and the helm of underwater action. I'm trying to think back if we did or not.
I don't think you guys thought you guys kept that. I thought they gave that to you as a gift for your
Is it in your
valor.
inventory?
Let me double check, because I know I gave the necklace over to Anika when she arrived back underwater, and I had the helm.
If it's not, or I mean, check your inventory. I thought that you kept it, but this will just be a lesson for us to track it a little bit better in the future. But go ahead, if you think that you kept it, then go ahead and add it to your inventory sheet now. We'll just in the future, if it's missing, though, we'll just kind of have to play it how it is, though, to just keep it organized.
organized. So I think we're still gonna have one person that can't breathe because Cronus had the trident, and then so Cronus gave me the cloak of the manta ray, but I gave it back to him. So we could, like, me and Joseph could just do the buddy system with the cap. But I think either way, it's gonna be tough because there's at least 2 settlements on the river there. So either
Oh,
And we don't know how deep the river
No.
is.
one thing I also did not share with you guys, I did color code those for a reason. So the clans that are in red, those are ones that willingly, join Doomhammer and basically start unite with his horde. Warhorn and Bladewind, they were actually not for joining Doomhammer's horde, but they were defeated in that ritual combat. And Stormcaller is the one that you guys were familiar with that were somewhat reasonable to deal with before. That's why they're colored that way too. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's fine. So, with the 2 there, we could start sailing up once we get close to the settlements, maybe drop in the water, or walk on the other side of the river. Depending on how close the settlements are. Like, we're gonna have to see when we get there. And then continue sailing. Because, yeah, I think the sooner that we can get there, the better. But I don't think it matters if we're, like, swimming or walking. It's gonna be the same. Because breathing doesn't mean you have a swim speed.
And we can't really fly over there on the broom. That'll be very noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I mean-
another idea I could have done. We need to start making small bombs light enough that an owl can carry.
Yes.
So, are you guys playing this out of character right now? Are you guys discussing this as you guys are making your way down? Just because I just want to real quick pause there, because if you guys are just planning out of character, I just want to know how your characters are proceeding down the hill. Why you guys are kind of figuring this out of character?
I would say we're like
in character.
looking over everything and trying to come up with a strategy
Yeah.
of getting across.
So you're not proceeding down the pass right now. You're
No.
strategizing. Okay.
Yeah, we're surveying, trying to come up with an idea.
Okay. So you guys are discussing your options in character to some extent then right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So what are we thinking? Boating and then seeing how close the settlements are and then trying to sneak past there? Or just say fuck it and walk?
We could probably walk till we get close enough, then we go into the water and then travel that way. And then once we get a safe distance away from the tribe, we can come back out and start walking on land again and lather, rinse, repeat.
So then why don't we boat, because that'll be faster. And then we get to like here, and then we like get off, and then we'll go past, get back into the river here, or just walk like this whole way and then river the rest.
That might actually be better. River than walk.
Yeah. It'll shave some time off, because with them knowing that we're here, they're going to be looking.
Yeah, they'll probably be looking on the surface or on the mountains. They're not going to look under the water.
No. We have that collapsible boat, right? So yeah, if we just collapse it while we're on it. Oh, but we have... Shit, guys. We have NPCs with us that can't breathe underwater.
I mean, how many people can we
They
target?
can stay back. They can make sure that no one comes up behind us.
Yeah, they were not going to go hunting Udra.
Oh.
I think they were just trying to get you guys to the bottom of the hill.
Oh, okay. So they're just getting us here.
Yeah, but I mean,
okay.
Did you guys share that the alarm has been rang with them? I mean, I guess if you told them that, Elena would volunteer to help you get to the river before returning back, but that's gonna be putting his party at greater risk of making the journey back. A longer journey back by themselves.
I think we got it from here, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so go on the boat, collapse it, we'll just fall into the river and die if we think somebody's watching us, but we'll try and get as close to Red Rod and then walk.
Red Rock. I don't know.
Red Rock? It looks like a D. Just saying.
Red Rod. That's a... All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Gonna change that name.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a C and a K?
You're right?
Yeah.
That's
looks
not.
like a D.
That's a D.
It's supposed to be a K, I promise you.
Oh no, because look, this has... Oh, that's weird. I don't like that.
Oh, it did it for the dark claw. Yeah. Shit. All right.
Oh yeah, that is such a weird K. What
It's
the
a bad
fuck?
map. Misinformation. It's not
Yep.
Dark Claw, it's Dark Claw.
It's dark. Dark.
They're just like,
Red
they're
Roof?
like, what clan would be named Darth? It has to be Dark.
It's Red Rod is square.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
I'm just, you know what? I'm not allowed to name anything. I'm just gonna let you do that.
Maybe just change the font. Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, Doomhammer is now Taserface, so.
Doomhammer, aka Taserface. Fair enough.
Lorna's gonna call him Taserface. It's fine. Okay, so we're thinking sailing here, jumping in the water if we think somebody sees us, walking past here in case, like, there's people, and then sailing the rest of the way to the den.
Sounds like a plan.
Bart, any suggestions, thoughts?
I got nothing.
Okay. Cronus?
No, it sounds good.
Josel?
I mean, let's do it.
Okay! Fuck it, we're doing that.
Let's do it.
The river is a mimic.
Fuck.
Oh no, not a mimic.
No. I fucking hate mimics.
I can't see it, so I highlighted it for whoever created that perfect label.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are Cinderella and the rest of his men back, knowing that danger lies ahead and you don't wish him to be a party to it. Sounds like. What is your speed or approach for the rest of your descent then? Quick and fast, tread carefully, or normal pace?
I think to the river we should move quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they already know we're here, so might as well get moving.
So it will take you the rest of the evening to descend the rest of the hill. So will you guys continue your way down the path that you guys have found yourself on? Keep going for a little bit. I am going to go ahead and need let's do perception checks as you guys are proceeding down the hillside. Who's running Anika's character tonight until she joins us, or if she can?
I can take her.
All right, so it says evening.
It's you guys. Like I said, when you guys got to the peak, it was the sun was coming down. It'll take you for the rest of the evening to get to the bottom of this pass and to the Barrens.
All
Why
right,
is that
so perception is disadvantaged in.
Do you,
Nope, I don't see shit.
you don't have goggles.
No, I don't have an owl right now.
Oh. That's what you...
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
All
It's
right.
bad.
Bart, did you want to do a perception check as well? And Faye, you want to go ahead and do one for Anika? She's perceptive as heck.
Yeah. I still don't have access to her character sheet.
Oh, sorry. Edit, control by Faye, and I'll go ahead and do a perception check since I'm in there now. And here we go. Oh, wow, that was bad.
That was a horrible roll.
All right. So as you guys are making your way through in the pass, it's still to varying width and size for you guys to move comfortably along the way. You guys continue to keep your eyes peeled above you to see if you're continuing to be followed or any other would-be dangers that lie ahead that as you make your way down. Here, let me double check everyone's roll. So being aware of the surroundings does help a little bit, knowing that you have enemies above that have the high ground kind of watching over you, and knowing that you have already been found. It will play an advantage to your being prepared for things ahead. Actually, Lauren, you would actually have advantage of this because I think you have barbarians have a skill for traps too, so I think you would get advantage on this check. So as you guys are making your way and keeping your eyes peeled, you will see what seems to be a form of tripwire that's kind of placed as you know where your feet may go. like if we got just slightly bumped or jostled, it would trigger something. What would you guys like to do?
Let's step over it.
Step over what?
Look
God.
down.
Yeah, watch
I
your
see
feet.
darkness.
Watch your feet. Here, just scoot here, lift up your
You know what?
foot, lift it over. Okay, you're good. Maybe?
You know what? Should I get you a light, Josel?
Oh, that reminds me. Well, no, that's not a good idea. The idea is not to be spotted.
Yeah.
Yeah, nightfall is going for you right now.
Here. I'll walk over it. Lorna takes off her goggles. Put these on for a sec, just so you can walk over this wire.
Also runs away with the goggles. No, I'm kidding.
I will chase after you. I have more speed.
But you can't see me.
I'll throw my javelin. I don't care. I'll reckless attack.
Anyway. I go over.
Okay.
We really
All
should
right, so
get you
you
a
guys-
pair of these.
I got an owl. Why do I need those? Speaking of which, I would look in Ichabod's eyes. Is he, did he made it there yet?
Nope. He's still on his way. He's only been gone for maybe an hour or so, maybe 2.
Okay.
So you all, with those perception checks, you guys are able to see the trap and sidestep it. If you guys care to investigate further, you could learn more about it. But you guys, for what you guys see that it's not being triggered by you guys right now. So, you guys continue your descent forward, or is there anything else you guys would like to do?
The sooner we get there, the better.
Yeah.
You spend the rest few hours kind of making your way to the bottom of the hill. You don't. You keep an eye out for similar traps or triggers, seeing if there's things that could possibly get in your way. Keep your eyes peeled up to the north, above you, to see if there's any other would-be spies watching your approach. You don't see anything that, now being aware of this type of camouflage or something, you're looking for things that stick out to you, such as rocks that move, suggesting some type of fabric or something that's not really a hard surface. But no further spies are seen as you make your descent. You get to the bottom of the hill, or of the pass, and into the dry beds, and it's going to look kind of really more like the, I would say the top right picture a little bit, as you kind of see, as you kind of walk into this barren kind of land, with some, rock and formations in between and kind of breaking up the line of sight. But with your good vision from up top, you have a good heading on where you guys need to go to get to the river. So you currently find yourself in a space kind of like this area in the top right picture, except it's evening right now. You'll see that there is a moon in the sky, and it's getting very dark. You will also hear these weird kind of, far off noises coming around. Just the canyon just seems to be alive, either by just all the activity or the excitement or what's building up in the area. But you also hear what sounds to be like the wind kind of like whipping and turning. It's kind of getting, it's going to have a lot of like flapping noises. And if you guys are keeping an eye on the evening side, you will see quite a few bats starting to fly around. And it seems to be coming out in swarms of bats throughout the night air.
Do they look
Hunting and
bigger
trying to
than
find.
normal?
These don't. These look just like normal bats that are,
Okay.
but there's quite a large number of them. They're coming out of little pockets and little caves and just the various different spaces out of the caves and of the mountains and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you guys? So it is late in the evening. Did you guys want to proceed on foot in the towards the river, or are you guys going to make camp, or you guys are going to push through the night?
Eventually, we will have to camp.
We are
Yeah.
gonna have to camp.
So, what if we... This is a risk. What if we made it to the bottom of the river, went throughout the day up to here, slept at this Y, and then the half day sails to Udristan?
It'll be risky, but we could definitely do it.
Like, the only risk really is going through the night to the end, to the start of the river, and then sleeping so far into enemy territory. But I don't want to risk any exhaustion for anybody all throughout here.
That's a fair point.
That's a fair point.
So if we get to the river, we might be safer to sleep there than trying to sleep in the middle, like sleep here and then having to sleep in the Bleeding River in between everything. So go through the night to the bottom of the river? At least part of the night for a few hours?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably best to get as far as you can
Yeah.
before we stop.
Yeah, we'll go until we start to incur exhaustion and as close as we can to the bottom of the river.
Okay.
Would we be able to see any like lights over by here or here, like signal fires or
Sorry, I was not on the page when you pinged there. Joseph, can you do it?
like either from Red Rock or Dark Claw,
Red Rod.
Red Rod Square?
From where you are, no, it's very hard to even make out the river from this distance and stuff. Just because all the terrain between you, you can kind of make out that there's some water that kind of creaks through, but it's too hard. From here, you won't be able to see those. But when you guys were up at the top of the peak and you guys saw the horde, you would have been able to probably make out the outskirts of Red Rock, of that village. Just probably barely from the right side. The bleeding axis would probably be. That's a pretty straight shot too. That would have been probably a little speck in the distance, not enough to see like lights or torches at that time of day when you were up there. And Dark Claw would just be too obscured from the mountainous area around it.
Okay, that's fine. Well, if that's the case, then chances are they probably didn't see the fire that they've made, the signal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
No, I can't say that about the enemies that are over here. They probably saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, here, since you saw where it came from, let me just do 2 little yellow dots. So, like, when the flare went off, I would say it was just barely about there. And you would have saw the spawn flare come from, like, right about there.
They're not on the right layer.
Just
I don't
kinda-
see anything. Are you on
Right
the GM
under,
layer?
right. Nope. It's right underneath the B of Barrens, that kind of area, the mountainous area down below.
Camouflage, just like their tents.
Yeah. So, wait, maybe I am doing something wrong. Nope. Okay. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So you guys are pushing forward then. Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to make up ground and use the cover night as best as you can. All right. How long? You know what? You did pass that pass without trace too when you guys were up the mountain, but that only lasts for how many hours? Or how long does that last? 1 hour. Okay, that pass no longer works anymore. So, are you guys still proceeding normal pace, or are you guys proceeding stealthily? There is quite a cover, a bit of cover as you see before you. There's a few obvious passes, but with enough rocky terrain, you could try to squeeze yourself through and not take the easiest path forward towards the river. And it would take a little bit longer to get to the river, but you have a little bit more cover, hopefully. A lot more hiding spaces here.
Yeah.
I would suggest that we don't rush it.
No.
Because there might be more traps. That and I can't see anything. So there's that. Speaking of which, how's the owl coming along?
You know what? Getting to the bottom of the hill, you will see Ichabod has a Mythanor in its sights. Probably be there within the hour now.
Cool beans.
So, thoughts. We could take that one path, or we could do that, which would be straighter, but we'd go through where that fire is potentially, and maybe put it out on our way.
I think they would have already seen it by now, so it wouldn't matter.
True. So orange path.
Which way will be the... Okay, what will be the fastest route?
Blue. Probably.
I mean, that yellow mark is a specific spot, but it's just kind of the general area. But yeah, but yeah.
Blue would be faster. Just go straight there.
Faster, but that's probably also where enemies travel along, so that's more likely trapped.
Yeah. So yeah, we could go the orange route and go slightly off path and just go behind the mountains in between and up and through. I'm not suggesting we go back
between mountains, though. Things could follow on us.
I know. I mean, there's everything everywhere, so...
Fuck it, let's go through the fire.
Okay, let's go through the fire.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
It's fine. We'll be fine.
I would say as we get closer to the fire, I would do pass without trace again.
So you guys, when you say pass it, you're going straight to where you saw the signal flare, but not right straight to. Like I said, it was the general direction. But you guys are going to just head. You're not veering off course. You're going to keep where you were heading.
Yeah. Yep.
Against our better judgment.
Yep, against our better judgment.
So, pushing forward, you guys are taking, taking the most direct route to get to the river, to make this most use of your time that you have. You continue to push it forward, and you're trying to make ground. It's very rough, and it's kind of easy to get turned around in this space as you, it kind of opens up in big areas and then narrows and has these other passageways that kind of want you to lead you off the trail that you're on. But go ahead and let's do survival checks, because this is something, I don't think anyone has, let's see, who's kind of leading the way and trying and navigating this terrain right now?
That is a good question.
I'm pretty good at that.
Okay, Lorna, what are you trying to do? How are you trying to? Why don't you want to do a survival check? Or...
Sure. Sure. Is anybody else helping me?
I mean, I'd be.
I'm trying to think if Nika would give a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I think, with the situation, Nika would give you a bardic.
I don't think bardic inspiration and guidance and assistance would be necessary. But I think yeah, Cronus helping and guidance might be useful. So
So that's not so much a pass or fail situation as such as a how efficiently or how well are you guys staying on the main path without getting distracted by these side passages?
yeah,
And, you know, keeping your bearings. Because obviously it's not a clear cut road, but someone that's a good read of the land will see natural roads.
That's good.
So go. Excellent. So is that 17 or 14?
If Cronus was assisting me, 17.
Oh yes, thank you. I forgot. Cronus said he was offering assistance. So it's a really good roll. So yeah, Lorna, you do see these kind of like this labyrinth of a area to kind of pass through. It wouldn't seem it's an obvious maze with large walls and other disorienting effects, but just a similar shape and similar terrain and rocks looking like other rocks, it can get you turned around real quick. But you keep the group on a good course, and that would imagine making you be up in front, kind of scouting ahead or leading the group through this area.
Yeah.
Nightfall is further approaching, and at this time, I would like a perception check from. Go ahead and give me, everyone, just go ahead and give me a perception check for this one.
Okie dokie.
It is visual, so it will be disadvantage for you, Josel, but 13 is a pretty good disadvantage roll, in my opinion.
Well, to be fair, if it's dark, you automatically fail.
There is the moonlight, so I'm sorry. You know what? I was wrong. This is not vision, so you got the. It's not disadvantage. So.
Oh man, it's still 13.
Yeah,
Oh,
true. Sorry.
Oh, it's not vision. Okay, if it's not vision, then 22.
It is. It is something. Okay, 22. Sorry guys. 14. 10. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a majority of you guys all passed, and enough of it to get your attention that anyone that reacted to this information would also kind of clue into what they're hearing. And this is more of that weird change in the wind that you heard when the swarms of bats and stuff that were coming out from the mountains and the caves that you heard earlier. Looking up towards the sky, trying to hear or make out where this wind is coming, you will see a large winged creature kind of flying by. This thing is massive. It is just the largest bat you'd ever seen. Almost, as big as a horse. If you would speculate, it's quite a bit away from you guys, and it's flying very high in the sky. But seeing it try and fly across the moon as it kind of hunts and does its thing in the evening, it's still kind of a thing to see. It does not at this time seem to be. It's not interested in you. It's just is just something that you guys would notice as you guys are proceeding through this area. Do you guys want to do anything or keep pushing forward? Are you mad? Or...
Yeah, keep pushing forward.
Let's keep going.
So, pushing forward, you will see other kind of animal life that lives in this area. Seems to be coming out at the evening hour, such as different types of lizards or other kind of, or not lizards. I'm sorry. Mammals, small critters and stuff that would come out and hunt, and other kind of tiny creatures. And nocturnal animals. You got some other insects and things like scorpions that every once in a while that you'll find crawling along some rocks as you scoot by and get within close distance to them. Does anybody want to pet? Lorna, how does Lorna feel about scorpions? They're not spiders. Do you like them looking at you and doing their little leg dance?
Yeah, she much prefers those because those she can at least stamp on and they don't climb up walls. So, yeah.
You could step on spiders.
Yeah, but they can climb up walls and ceilings.
I'm pretty sure scorpions can do that too.
I'm fairly certain they can do that too, Lorna.
Terrifying.
Well, okay. Thanks
And
for
unlike
igniting a new
spiders, they can
fear.
actually kill you.
Thanks for igniting a new fear. It's fine. Okay.
It's called arachnophobia.
Okay.
At least they don't fly.
I mean,
Great.
you can make it fly.
Cronus, I will deck you in the face right now. No.
Special note: make flying spiders.
They do exist. They're in Australia.
The final boss, flying spiders. No. Okay.
Great.
But yes. And you'll continue to lead the group forward through this trail, not getting disoriented or caught off guard by anything else. Let's go, Lorna, with you leading the group. I will only because you're going to be in the front as you make your way through these passes. I would like you to go and do one more perception check for me.
Guidance.
Yeah, okay. Ooh. Hold on. Let's see. Ooh, 29.
29. And are you guys are stealthy or just normal pace right now?
I said we were at normal pace.
Yeah, we were probably
Okay.
going normal.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Lorna, you're gonna hear kind of coming off the rocks walls. Just it's coming from around you, but you're kind of again. It's hard to make out its actual source because it's just very faint, and you just hear it echoing off the other surfaces of this maze that you find you and your group in. But you're hearing what you think to be are whispers or someone's voice. But again, you're hearing someone talking to another. You would make out that it is. This would be in. Be in Orcish. I don't know if you speak Orcish, but you would hear some words and whispered in Orcish ahead, just faintly.
She'd like hold up her hand for everybody to stop. I can't.
At that point, I'll go ahead and I can invite. Or go ahead, Lorna.
Also bumps into back of whoever.
Shh, keep it down. I hear somebody talking, but I can't understand what they're saying. Does anybody understand it?
Everybody can go ahead and make a perception check now that Lorna's kind of drawn it to your attention. So you, everyone else can go ahead and make an attempt to hear what they are hearing. And you too, Lorna, you can go ahead and make an attempt to kind of eavesdrop more.
I mean, if it's an Orcish, it wouldn't matter.
It could matter
I'll still
to you.
make it. Sure. Haha.
Not too much to you, Lorna. Sorry. So we got Cronus, Josel, Faye, Bart. Can you go ahead and roll me a perception as well? And you did one for Anika. Perfect.
Does Anika have comprehend language?
Does Anika have comprehend language? No, she does not.
Okay. So you guys will listen in closely. And you will also hear, again, the faint whispers of words being kind of shared. It's not too consistent. It's very much so just here and there that you're kind of catching the winds and the echoes are bringing it to your ears. But you guys will also hear broken chatter, or not chatter, but like some other kind of, you'll hear a little bit of goblin on some of those whispers. But other than that, they're trying to keep their obviously whoever's whispering is trying to keep their presence unknown, so it's not too constant of chatter. But this is what you are able to make out as you guys all kind of peer in. That you're hearing some not only orc words being whispered, but also some goblin words being shared.
Question.
From what you can.
Could I insight to see if they are trying to just be quiet for maybe there are people sleeping, they're not trying to wake others up, or if they're like trying to, sabotage? Like, what's the tone they're whispering in? Could I insight that?
I would say that with not speaking the language and just getting like the what you're getting, it would not be enough to make an insight check. I think that would just be a gut check that you and your character would kind of have to come to.
Okay.
You're not able to tell. I guess tone is what I guess I'm getting at. It's you're not getting the tone. Maybe if you spoke the language.
Okay, so they got a German accent. Gotcha.
Well, you don't speak. Go for it. Yeah. Everything is angry.
It's like
just
German.
Angry.
It just always sounds angry.
We were celebrating a birthday, god damn it, and these adventurers came in here and murdered us. So how would you guys like to proceed? There are a few different paths, I guess I should say. Like you could continue as down the larger, broader area if you wanted to kind of stick together with all six of you. If you guys wanted to try to scout ahead, there are little rocks and similar little spidering trails that kind of splinter off that you guys could try to move around the terrain and do a little incognito stuff, or it's whatever option you guys would like. What would you guys have any questions or any more information I could give?
Yeah, we got a ninja in our group. Why don't he go and see what the numbers look and see how they're positioned and everything?
I mean, if we had an owl.
Oh, he's busy right now.
Fuck yeah, I'm in Florida. He's busy.
I mean, I can go take a look. I will do pass without trace.
Okay. That's going to apply to everyone then, and
I am going to actually sneak towards where the voices are coming from.
Okay. And go ahead and roll me a stealth check with advantage.
34.
34. Okay. I will roll for giggles. But we probably needed a natural 20. So you are able to dodge, move in and out of the shadows. This is your wheelhouse. This is your comfort zone. You're able to dive between the rocks as if nothing even passed through the light that was even available in this area. Moving forward, you are able to go ahead and get closer to where the whispers are coming from, and you don't see anyone yet, but you are getting fairly close. You could, you do hear some more. You do hear one person speak in common. You will hear one whisper common saying like, And this person is saying, knock it off. I hate when you guys talk like, I can't understand you guys when you speak like that. How would you like to proceed?
So I'm gonna move a little bit closer, and then hang out and see if they start talking in common.
Okay. How long do you wait, sir? How long would you wait until you heard something?
Oh, like 10 minutes.
Okay. You don't hear too much more chatter. Again, they're kind of holding out. But you would be. I will say that because you're not hearing any more chatter, it's quite clear that this is people are waiting for someone. There's no insight check needed. They're obviously waiting to ambush. They're setting an ambush. These people. They're kind of, the tone of his voice and everything seems like this is kind of urgent, like quiet down, stay focused kind of tone.
I'll make my way back towards the group.
Okay. Did you want to? Okay. Okay. All right. You guys will, Cronus, you are able to make your way back to the group, retracing your steps fairly easily. You're able to share, the group after making that trek. They're only about maybe 10 minutes further ahead. Or no, that's a little too far. Probably will only be about 5 minutes ahead of your group.
So they got like really quiet, and one of them speaks common, but quite honestly, it sounds like they're trying to plan like an ambush or they're waiting on something.
One of them speaks common.
He was getting kind of pissy with the other ones saying something like he can't understand what they're saying.
Did you get a good look at him?
No, I didn't want to get too close without having some type of a damn backup plan. I mean, I'm all for running in there. Like, I really doubt there's like a whole bunch of them. But
how many would you say there are?
At least 3? What did you say? I heard 3 voices at least? Because you had the 2 talking to each other in the other language and the dude in common.
You only heard the one person kind of talk back to the others. You don't know what the number is of or what their number is.
So
because they didn't respond back. He just kind of barked at them. It would be more than just 2 other individuals because of, I guess, maybe a little bit of the response to his kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? His chastising of them. Like, all right, we'll be, a little acknowledgement of his chastise. I think, or not. What's the word I'm looking for? That's not the right word. Well, anyway, for his punishment. But yeah, it's more than 3 because there's, people respond to that.
More than 3.
Just so you know, I can't fight right now.
Yeah.
Well, I could, but that means me taking out one of my torches.
I mean,
if we're in a camp, then
that's not gonna matter.
Yeah. Did you see lights there?
I mean, since they're trying to hide, probably not. I didn't see anything that kind of gave away their position. I could only just follow the voices a little bit.
I mean, you do. I could give you the glasses, Joe Soul, because I can run in there and hit and swing things. Real
That's
hard.
crazy.
I mean, have you seen
You
me
met
and my
her?
family?
I mean,
we're all fucking crazy.
you'll be
And I mean,
meta
also,
at a meta point. They will have advantage, and you will have straight rolls if you go reckless.
Yes, I know.
I mean, also, I may be able just to walk in there. Because I have been confused for somebody else.
True.
It's true.
How's your charisma?
I mean, I try to intimidate people.
Does it work?
I mean, have you seen it work?
Yeah.
Outside of the original Goblin incident that we had?
Question is, can you deceive them? That's the real question.
So, my faith in that is about the same as me intimidating somebody.
Okay.
But with it being nighttime, may have a little bit of help there. And then you could just be my group of mercenaries with me.
Yeah, that's true. Did you get any more descriptions of this guy?
Nope.
More didn't
Bronze,
I hear they had more tattoos?
Bronze scale. Tattoos. But it's cold, so I can just wear my jacket.
True. Doesn't Anika have, like, a hat of disguise?
Yeah, and I could disguise myself as that drow we fought in the forest, provided they haven't heard what's happened.
I don't even think you have to do that.
No, let's
I can just say you're the latest group of mercenaries that I'm bringing along with me.
Let's do it.
What if it's one of the guys that attacked me that time?
Stay in the back.
Then he's gonna die anyways.
Yeah.
Are you really gonna let him just walk away?
Either go out front and confront him, and if he's there, they're gonna die anyways, or... Or if you want, I'm sure Anika would be glad to lend you the Hat of Disguise.
Yeah, but then we gotta wait an hour.
I think it's an attunement item.
Oh, fuck. That's bullshit. No, it's not. It makes sense. But...
what do I got? Common clothes. I got nothing.
What do I have in the bag of holding?
Stay, like, in the middle of the group, maybe, like, behind Morna a little bit.
I want to take off the blue sash that I have around my waist, and I'm going to wrap around my head.
We have the magical knitting needles, actually.
It takes a day, though.
Does it take a full day to construct
my
something?
My face is now covered up.
Cool. Which, no, I'm not gonna sit. No, yeah, okay.
Fucked up. There's no way this is actually gonna work, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Fuck yeah.
I really wish we had seeming.
Nah, we're fine. It's a few. How many did you say? More than 3? Like less than 10? It's not an army. We'll be fine.
We go around the corner, it's like 1,000 of them.
Frenzy rage, let's go.
Get back!
It's fine. It's what she was
Hey
built
kid,
for.
you might want to give the scales some of that guidance thing.
Yep. I will give Cronus guidance.
And
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
Now we got this.
yeah, I'm gonna use my bracers to give him temporary hit points. Because I can do that.
But you can also take it away.
But I can also take it away. Yes.
Indian giver.
What is it, like 3?
No, you get 8 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
I get to roll mine because they're temporary.
I would also like this to be known ahead of time that if this goes south and they try to light their fire to advance the signal, I plan on casting darkness on the
That is
fire.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is perfectly fine.
How do you add a counter to a token? Like, because I've seen you used to do that before, Faye, I think, like where you, in your other game, where you can like add like almost like a marker to a token, like you can add.
Basically, one of those dots or one of those other things. When you're hovering over it with your mouse, you just hit the number. You can only do like 1 through 9, though.
Where are the dots? I'm clicking on the dot. Is there a new value?
Don't
No.
click on the dot, just have it on the dot.
On our page, I'll just kind of demonstrate on Faye's token real quick. And
Let me go back to that page. Oh, okay, yeah. How did you do that?
Okay, bring up the list of the token markers. And what you're just going to do, you're just going to scroll over whichever one you're selecting and just hit a number.
And you can go up to 0, by the way.
Oh, so I was doing.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
All right. I'm doing. So, all right, I'm selecting the token. So, doing the group token, I just hit the number key, or no? What do I hit before I hit the number key?
Just hit the number key.
Not let me do it. Shit. All right. I'm missing something. What do you do? There's gotta be something. I'm just left clicking on the token, and then do I have to hit the gear cog first or do anything, or this little magnifying glass looking symbol?
Yeah, it's the magnifying glass looking symbol.
And then you okay, you do that, and then you press it. Got it. Okay, got it. I don't know how to get rid of it, but I know how to put it on there now. It's not. Let me change it now. So I must have angered the Roll20 gods, I guess. So, all right. So what else are you guys doing? Any other preparation notes that you guys are making, or?
Me? No. You did hear me about the whole darkness over the fire thing, right?
Darkness over the fire? What fire?
So pretty much if this goes south and they try to light their little signal, I'm going to cast darkness over their signal. If they try to like advance the flame on, like the sun.
Gotcha.
That's only if shit goes south.
All right.
Yeah, I think Lorna doesn't have her sword out. She's gonna go in like, yeah, we're new recruits. We're not here to attack you. But she'll be ready to go into a rage when need be.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
It is nighttime, so I could try and mask myself off as like a
Want you as a
skeleton that's under the control of one of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, actually, I'm probably just gonna play you off of like, you know, like how badass is this having this type of a person? It's like a talking skeleton. It's like would the good guys really walk around with the walking, talking undead?
Well, that's true, but I would need to stay out of the campfire.
True.
There is no
So-
campfire.
Yeah,
I
there's
thought they had a
no light
campfire.
right now.
Okay. Okay, well. Alright.
So you are not stealthing ahead. Then you are proceeding as if you have nothing to hide, or
Oh, we're gonna stealth up on them a little bit.
Okay.
Or we could try.
Yeah.
We can definitely try.
I mean, everyone has a +10 because they're close to me right now.
So you're stealthing ahead, and you are trying to sneak by if you can muster it. But you guys want to be caught by surprise if they find you then, or are you trying to play it off as if you belong there? That's what I'm trying to gather.
Oh, we
if you
are.
belong there, you're not really
we are
hiding
passing
between
through.
rocks. Okay.
Yeah, no, I want to sneak up on them to assess how many are there. Like, if we can get more details, the closer we get. But ideally, it'd be going through, maybe getting information as we go.
Sure. I mean, you could pursue more information. You would just have to probably go get a different vantage point, or try a different approach. So, you kind of approached them before and kind of were behind cover. But if you wanted to try to like move around and get more information on what you're trying to scout ahead, you totally could do that too. So, yeah, I'm just go ahead and get self checks from the group then. And as you guys everyone's moving forward with Cronus, I'm gathering, and Cronus puts you in the lead in my mind. So you continue forward, and you make it back to where you keep heading back to where you last heard the whispers. Let's see here. Nika is 21. Josel is a 12. We're just missing Bart's there. There you go. 25. So, Cronus and everyone, you continue to follow where Cronus last scouted ahead. Making your way through, it is a little tight here and there, and Josel, as you're kind of making your, following and trying to keep as quiet as possible, you do lose your footing a little bit, and your gear kind of makes a decent noise as it shuffles with your misstep, and as you kind of bump into one of the rock walls. It's not a huge bang, but it's enough to kind of the metal of yours definitely gives enough a nice rattle in your area. You kind of pause afterwards. The noise, but you don't hear any response or reaction at this current moment. How would you guys like to proceed?
Continue to go quietly.
Yep. Move closer.
All right, you do get up to where you last left Cronus now. You're kind of back where you're at with the same amount of information. There is an opportunity for you guys to kind of fan out and maybe try to peek around corners, or there's also, you try climbing things. I'm open to ideas. Anything you'd like to try or bounce off of me? You know what? Maybe this will help too. I guess I could give you a map. But I can't do the fog of war and stuff. That would take me. I'd have to fuss with that and stuff. And
Wow.
before
I would say not split up.
No. Because we're trying to keep in group as your mercenaries, so.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely not splitting up.
Nope.
All right. So, what would you like to do then? You're on this. So, are you guys
We're going
scouting
into
all
camp.
together ahead? You're just all going forward. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys continue heading towards the sounds, kind of rounding the rock wall that you're at, keeping your eyes peeled for an ambush that you are expecting already. Go ahead and do me a perception check for me, Cronus, as you kind of again leading the charge. Okay. Do this. All right. So, Cronus, a couple things are going to come to your attention here as you round that corner. Firstly, you're going to see that the moonlight kind of catches a mere kind of glimmer of what looks to be like string. You're familiar with it with your encounter up there as you made your way down the pass, but this seems to be another type of trap. Your eyes kind of scanning the line and looking around the area. It clearly looks like someone that was not under the or didn't know about it might be subject to some rocks falling on their head or some other kind of terrible disaster. You will also see, as you kind of poke around, a little bit of someone's head peeking around one of the rocks, kind of peeking up to look out at you. It seems like you round the corner and he popped up at the same time. He ducks down real quick in hopes that you didn't see him. But you definitely see someone right around that rock. I am now going to go ahead and move you guys to the map so you can kind of see things a little bit better. I didn't do Fog of War, so there are things on the GM layer map, so I will need to kind of present things to you. So I just hate messing with the Fog of War things based off what where you're currently at, Cronus. So let me maybe to this map. So, Cronus, you would see this person sticking out, so you may bring him to where you would see him. So you would see this man with medium armor on. He's got a couple blades and other miscellaneous weapons. He seems to have a little bit of something for any kind of occasion, but it's too kind of hard to get too more of a read from both of your locations. But based off the gear and what profile you saw stick out of the rock, he seems like he is a fairly decent sized guy.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of like lean back and tell the group to get ready, but I'll be right back. And like, do I have a line of sight to like the square behind this guy?
Yeah.
I want to just like shadow step behind him.
Yes.
Okay. You
And
may
then
do that.
pretty much as soon as I appear, say if we weren't on the same side, you would already be dead.
Okay. So let me share some more information. This is only available to Cronus first. So as you kind of poof over there. So I wish I could share this just with one, you and not the others. But Cronus, you will see also a few other individuals that are kind of around the corner as well, waiting with him. So you'll see some orcs and half orcs wearing various different kinds of armor, some medium, some heavy, and you'll also see there's some humans also mixed into that. It's a kind of a motley crew, and then you'll also see down here another group. Sorry, trying to get to the such a bad token layer. This another group kind of more to the other rock formation. This one's made predominantly of goblins. Some hobgoblins are in there, but it's mostly goblins. About between the two different groups, you're looking at about 4 orcs and 4 goblins that are kind of with this man. You poof around the other on the other side, catching him off guard, startling him. He kind of fumbles over his words as you kind of take him aback, and he goes, I just was not expecting that. What were your exact words, Kronos? I just want to make sure it's...
Pretty much be like, if we weren't on the same side, you'd already be dead.
He looks at you. Again, he's very startled and very confused, and he goes, I've never seen you before, or what do you mean we're on the same side? Yeah, he just looks at you confused. And he looks over at the orcs and he says, grab him. And he kind of calls over to the orcs to kind of come over and help you, help him grab you. Or attempt to. What would you like to say? He hasn't done anything. The orcs haven't moved yet. He's just kind of looking over. He's kind of like...
Pretty much. I'm gonna point at the human and be like, are you really gonna let this guy be the one that gets you guys caught? Being like, look over at him and be like, I figured you would know my name. And then I would introduce myself to the orc as Dokuru.
So just to be clear, that's not just one orc. That's like a group of orcs. There's like 4 of them. Or not just orcs. Half orcs, orc, and human, and are in that group. So you call out to the other one, and you're saying that are they gonna? You're saying you're gonna let them get trapped. They're a little confused by what you mean by trapped. They're trying to kind of follow, put together like. Because they go to follow his order, then you start talking like you're supposed to be here. You're carrying this confidence that they just don't seem to understand where this confidence is coming from. And then what else did you share with them, or what did you say?
Be like, figured you would know who I was, and then introduce myself as Dokuru. And then
okay.
I'll give out like a little whistle.
Okay.
Lorna's going to walk around this side and just stop there. Just have her hand on her sword.
You definitely startle the goblins whose attention was on Cronus at this point. You know what? What do you want to do, Faye and Anika? We'll just kind of go person by person. We're not gonna hold actions or blasting everyone for a free round.
Nope.
but what would you guys? Let's go ahead and just see what you guys would like to do as Cronus whistles.
Well, this is going well.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I thought I just heard Anika. Did Anika just join us?
Yeah.
I joined a bit ago. Like 5 minutes.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Joseph. Let me get that token for you. Bear with me, guys. I should have done this before, and I'm doing it now because I should have done it before.
No worries.
However, I don't look particularly threatening, so I'm just gonna kind of like slink over here and like stay behind this rock, but be able to peek if I need to.
I think I'll move slightly. Yeah, I'll move a little bit over here.
Put this token up here. Boop, boop, boop. Josel details.
Calypso.
If I don't do it now, I just never will. I hate to be that kind of guy, but I gotta be honest.
No worries.
So, dynamic lighting, turn that on. Night vision on. You only have normal vision, so I'm gonna be 30 feet, but we'll have to keep that in consideration. That's, I think, good for now. And last but not least, move. Token, save changes. Joseph, buddy, let me know if you are okay with, if you can move that token and if the information looks correct, like health and AC and stuff on it.
Yeah, looks right. Did you save it?
I did save it. I did not. Though, let me see here. Because everyone can see each other's health, right?
I can't see Joseph.
I can only see Bart's, Anika's, and Cronus.
Same.
I can see mine, Anika's, Bart's, and Cronus.
I'll fix that later, but I don't want you guys to be able to see the numbers, but I do think it's nice to be able to at least see the general health points. You know, the general.
Because you should be able to see a person getting all bloodied and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. I would like, you guys do a really good job at not saying specific numbers, so I'm not worried about it. And now my thing's not doing anything. Joseph, what did you do to me? I'm refreshing, but all right. So I kind of see where everyone's at. Joseph, is that where you're at? And Faye, is that where you were at too? So you're not. You guys are kind of staying on the other side. You're not making yourselves known at this time.
Well, Joseph can't see anything.
That's fair. Okay. So Nika, you'll have visual on this guy that Cronus is talking to right now. Lorna, you see everything because you have night vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Bart, you'll see. I'll give you the guy as well that Cronus is talking to, but you'll also make out the goblins that Lorna sees. You don't see the squad of half orcs and humans right to Cronus's north just quite yet. He looks at you, or you're saying this to the orc squad to right above you, though, Cronus, and they kind of look at each other, and they kind of look back at you, first super confused, and then the one half orc kind of smiles at the human that's in the group, and then you'll see the guy that you're talking to who's like, "Oh, excuse us, Daruko, you're quite a bit away from where you sorry, I'll pull up the map again. You're quite a ways away from where you told us you were being headquartered out of, or where you were setting up operations at. What brings your delightful presence down here to the Barrens? And I want to go ahead and get you to do a deception check for me, Furnace.
Okay.
And then,
Does have guidance.
have guidance. So what's that? D4?
Yeah.
It's a D4.
Ooh, 14.
Okay. So yeah, so they respond back to you saying that, why are you so far away from where you're supposed to be? Like, what brings you to our neck of the woods? Obviously, not really buying what you're trying to sell. And at this, the group kind of moves forward at this time to kind of, again, they're still kind of talking it out, but they do take a step forward. It's quite a few of them kind of move closer to you.
Does it look threatening?
Yeah, they're definitely following the guy's order to kind of approach and arrest, but they're still kind of seeing what they haven't like kind of lunged forward. Like they're not trying to lunge at him. They're just approaching prepared, but they're kind of seeing what Cronus has to say in response. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, after leaving Syros and heading up, got word of a group that the Queens sent through the barons here to go up the river to try to find something to help defeat the army. And it's actually a formidable group. So thought it was best if we handled it ourselves. Pretty much my hand-picked group and myself. And then pretty much I'm going to look over my shoulder and just tell everyone to come on out.
Joso's going to follow along this rock. And he's going to bump into Anika and falls down, clattering.
I love it.
And Cronus, you don't have any. You're not under any kind of magical effects. No camouflage, no makeup or disguise.
Nope.
Okay.
I am just wearing my winter clothes.
You'll see. He'll just kind of look back at you, and say, "I must admit, you got the character down a little bit, the personality a little bit. And I met Doroku before, or I've seen Doroku before, and you, my friend, are not Doroku.
Shit.
And at that point, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Is that what the human said?
Yes.
Okay.
So just because I don't want to make sure I missed any of the details of that exchange, so he said that Doroku, you're far from where you're headquartered at. He mentioned I think he mentioned the location. Did he share that? If not, I meant to mention that. He said you're a long ways away from the Giants Mall clan, where you're headquartered out of. So that's why he's kind of confused in he's not confused. He knows what you're doing. He's just kind of, I won't say playing along, but humoring it for the moment. Let me because he thinks he's not intimidated by you at the moment. He'll say he'll say something along the lines that he's seen Doroku before and you're not Doroku. And yeah, that brings us to initiative as they start to act. I need to get a lot more initiative out there.
Looks like me and Cronus tied. Cronus, you want to go first or shall I?
I mean, I can go first.
Alrighty.
Just do. Sorry, guys. I'm using this new squad kind of thing. I'm trying to help reduce the amount of turns and stuff to hopefully make bigger combats still fast and fun.
So I didn't want to interrupt Cronus, but when Josel bumped into me, I was gonna cast dancing lights behind me. Can I do that before initiative starts or during?
So what did you want to do real quick?
Give Josel light. So
I have light. It's just that we were trying to not bring attention to ourselves.
No, because we said we're not going to do any actions and stuff until there was an action or whatever. So no, you can do that with your turn, but no, not ahead of time unless you wanted to say that during that exchange.
I did. I just didn't want to interrupt once Joseph knocked into me, but that's fine.
Say that I
didn't say it because I was trying not to interrupt. But that's all right.
Okay. No, if you meant to say it, because I thought but you know what? I didn't think you were here, and I asked everyone, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" I don't think I asked you because I didn't know you were here. So no, let's go ahead. That's fine. You can go ahead and use that to cast behind Josel, so they would not be immediately aware of that light either. So that's fine. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm not trying to delay you guys. I'm just trying to get the character sheet open. Same time. I think when I did the refresh, it shut my windows down. Where you at? There you are. Okay. And Laura, do you mind helping me out with some battle music?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you. Why does the goblin thing never open up a freaking, no matter what token it is, it's always never opens a character sheet for me. Okay.
God, where is it?
Okay, dokie. So it would be.
I know.
That'll be 18 for you guys. Return. And you guys are not very dexterous. These guys. And then let's just start doing it. Okay, there we go. And boom. Okay, and descending. Alright, I think we got everyone. Of course you're going last. You are useless, Captain. Okay, let's go ahead and start us off at the top, bringing us to you. Lorna, what would you like to do?
Sup, I am going to rage.
Okay.
As bonus action. And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20 up there. And I'm going to Reckless Great Weapon Master these goblins.
Okay.
18.
18 definitely hits.
For 25 points.
Holy shit. Okay. Let's see here. All right, this is a new sheet. This is a new style of sheet, so I'm trying to do the math right. 25. Okay. Ooh, that was a good blow, taking out one of the goblins in that group with that first blow. What would you like to do?
I feel like she just does
attack?
like a baseball swing and just like decapitates it, and the head goes like flying towards Cronus. She's gonna try and do that again and follow through.
Okay, go for it.
For a 20?
20 hits.
For another 25 hit points.
Ooh, Jesus. Okay, that is going to. Let's see here. Killing another one, bringing the group down to half already. With 2 quick blows, you already have started to cut through these men and these goblins. What else would you like to do?
That is her turn.
Okay. Bringing us to you, Bart. What would you like to do, sir, as you hear the sound of metal right around the corner?
I'd like to use my cunning action to go into stealth. Let's see. No, I don't know any. I don't have the Cloak of Elvenkind any longer. So 13.
Let's see here. 15. Don't think these guys are very perceptive. Well, I'm double checking. Or where are you at? Wisdom. A little bit more than I thought. Let me roll for them. Okay. And where are you moving after that stealth? You said you're going to try to sneak around.
I'm gonna try and climb up this rock thing.
Okay, it's a fairly big one, but you know what? Because there's good footholds or anything and stuff, you will not have to roll any athletics checks. You can easily climb the scale of this rock wall. You get about 10 feet up. You have to probably use more movement speed to go further. Probably using about 15, 20 feet to get to the top of this thing.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Okay.
Then
with your dexterity stuff, no rules needed, but go ahead.
I'll go with 20, so 25, 30.
Okay.
And
you can look down.
You
do have line of sight on the group and the bandit at that point because of the sloping of the rock.
Okay.
How it slips away. Probably the bandit captain's a little obscured. I would say for where you're at, you'd probably have about half coverage. But that orc squad, you could definitely have line of sight on.
Yeah, but I don't have any range stuff, so.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll end my action for now.
Okay. It's gonna bring us to orcs. So as you're there, these orcs start to all start bringing out their axes and to attack you. Now that they see your group is not going to go easily. So here comes this attack here. It gets you, Furnace. What's your AC again, Furnace?
20.
Okay. All right. That means a 25 will hit for. Oh wait, why am I doing this? I have whisper rolls on this, and I have the things here, right? Well, let me do this so I don't have to roll the damage manually. I didn't do that whispered anyway, so I don't know why it mattered. So these orcs come at you, Cronus, all swinging their blades. They're with great might, and several of them making purchase with you, doing 52 points of slashing damage as the squad comes at you and attack. Brings us to Nico's turn.
All right.
Actually, I'm sorry. We have to send this to the back, and they are going to move into your space as well. But that's not going to change what I just did. But go ahead.
Okay.
This will give them flanking against you, though, Cronus, and yeah. Go ahead, Nika.
I'm gonna Misty Step up here.
Definitely. With 30 feet of Misty Feet. Misty Feet. Yep, Misty Feet. You got it. You can do it.
And then, since the human seems to be the problem, I'll Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
Uh, 19, 13.
Both hit, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, 19 only hits.
I figured. 7 force damage to him.
All right. And it comes from over the rocky formation to right below you, Cronus, this Eldritch Blast, right into the captain in front of you. Anything else, Anika?
No, that's all I got.
Cronus, what would you like to do, sir?
So first, I would like to. Can I see up where Bart is?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, from where you are, you can.
Actually, I can see Anika.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
just
see
go to where
Anika,
she
and
is.
you could make out the top of Bart's pirate hat. The feathering of Bart's hat is sticking out.
Yeah, but I gotta be able to see the space I'm going to.
Sure. Yep,
So
that would be too
I'm gonna
difficult.
shadow step to right next to Anika here,
Okay.
Pause.
and then I am actually going to do Dragon Fear. So wisdom saves.
What's the range on that?
30 feet.
And what is it a radius? Is it a sphere?
Anything within 30 feet of me.
Oh yes.
So it's not going to be 30 feet from you because you are, you went up to go on top of this cliff to teleport away and everything too. So I'm going to say the orcs are outside of the range if you had to go up 30 feet in elevation and 20 feet away.
Oh,
But
that's
the
up
goblins
30
definitely.
feet?
I mean, they're
I thought, okay,
similar
I
elevation.
thought Bart went up 10 feet.
No. He used 20 feet to get to the top, and it was like 25 feet to get to where he was after he did all that climbing.
Okay, I thought the rock surface was 10 feet up. That's why I went there.
No, it's a little higher. It's like 15, 20 feet. On the edge where near to the edge, maybe closer to 15 as it slopes downward. So
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I can still say 15 feet up.
So would you let me move?
Yeah. Oh, if you want to try to get in a better positioning, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
would've
would
just
totally
went
know that. Yeah, definitely. You would be able to. You
Okay.
would make that decision. Of course. So let's do some wisdom saves.
Yep.
Well, these are. I will laugh. 14. Yeah, it's doable. They do not get it. Oh, their squads. Let me see. The squads get certain things with like saving throws when they're at certain things. Okay. Definitely and definitely. Okay. So they don't get advantage because your area of effect covers their entire area. So that's a cool thing that these do is that if it doesn't cover more than half the token's like area, they get advantage on, like the group gets advantage on it, so you don't have to roll each individual one. So sorry, I'm delaying or wasting your time. Here we go. The goblins do fail. Let's see how the orcs do. Go. Holy shit! They actually had a chance. They did not. They both didn't do very good. So let's see here. One more thing. Make sure they don't have any resistances I'm forgetting about. Nope. Oh, never mind. Say, I have a question for you because I'm kind of, I'm bastardizing a few systems here to come up with this squad thing, and I was kind of using your gallows soldiers as kind of a template as I was building my own way of doing this.
Yes.
So I know that that squads and using that as a template, they have condition immunities because of their squad nature, or is that because they're gallows soldiers? Like, is that an ability of gallows soldiers, or is that just
It was kind of the group thing.
It's a group thing? Okay. So let's see here. It says immunity, not resistant. So the goblins are definitely frightened. I'm going to give you that because they're half capacity. But the orcs seem to rally with each other's numbers to not to be affected by the shout, the roar that you just screamed out. They seem less moved as they continue to seem interested or keen on killing you.
All right.
just feels dirty, though, in my opinion. You know what? I don't like that. I'm gonna just give them advantage and see how that goes. Because then, otherwise, what's the point of you doing things like that if they're always going to be immune? I don't like that. So
That's fair.
let me retcon that. And I feel like that punishes you for making tactical decisions with your skill purchases. So let's see here. 7. So they did get 17 though. So they do pass. So they are still interested. But what I'll do instead of immunity, I'll just do advantage on those rolls, because that'll kind of balance the two out. So, anything else, Cronus, with your turn?
Yes, I would like to go into a rage.
Okay. Oh, I'm still not used to that, but okay. So you've gone into a rage. Okay. Anything else? Brings. Oh,
yeah, no, that's it.
Faye, it's up to you. You do have eyes on the goblins. In similar fashion, the rock walls are fairly easy enough to climb up and scale. It's about, from where you're at, 20 feet. It would be about a 20-foot climb to get up to that height.
All right. Using my bonus action, I'm gonna kind of whisper in Draconic, Tunuk, be with me, as I activate his essence, which I think this will be the first time Lorna actually gets a close eye of this.
Oh, great.
As you see Faye gets here, you kind of see this green miasma kind of coming off her. One of her eyes kind of has a more dragon-like appearance. Maybe some green scales have started to form.
Definitely, go for it.
Definitely something to talk about later.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. And if you wanted to, you know what? I remember you saying something. Sorry, we do need to talk about it. If you want that to, do you want to take? I'm cool with it if you want it to take effect when you're casting or using the ability, and just go away back to your normal red scales when you're not using it. Is that what you're thinking, or something more permanent?
We can discuss it later.
Okay.
All right, and two attacks.
What are you doing with the or what are you doing with the essence?
Doing the extra poison damage.
Got it. Okay, got it. So you go for it. What would you like to do? Blade, strike. All right. 27 and 27 both hit. Go ahead and do damage.
All right.
Okay. For 12 and 16, so that would be 28 total. All right. And you kind of come over the edge and taking out the last two goblins of that squad with quick strikes, and you kind of stand up with your cool green scales, and you see Lorna there with standing next to the other two goblin bodies that she just had killed the moments before.
That's only 10 feet of movement. I'm going to use the rest, kind of letting out a draconic roar as I move closer to where the orc and the human is.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else with your turn?
That is it.
Brings us to the goblins who are now dead. Josel, what would you like to do, sir?
All right. I'm just going to assume that the lights are over here now.
They'd be like right here.
Yep. So they're going to be kind of, let me see, regular.
It ain't going to be enough to get there. That's fine. I'm going to take out one of my continual flame torches out of my pack. Stealth is now no longer an option. I'm going to move over here. I want to swing at the captain.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I think that is a miss. So you take one swing and it misses. You quickly pick up on the other swing, and you are able to strike one with your next one. Go ahead and roll damage. 9 points of slashing.
I'll action surge.
Oh, you know what? Too, I never did a wisdom save for the captain for Cronus' spirit. Let me do that real quick. He fails, so he is frightened of Cronus as well.
All right. Well, I think either he's no longer frightened, or or
He
maybe
gets to reroll.
He
Okay.
gets another save.
Good buddy. All right. He is no longer frightened. So,
All right. Like I said, action surge, and I'll swing again.
okay, that's a hit.
Another 9.
All right.
Okay, and that's my go.
Another 9. So two blows against the captain landed with your blade. Your last one able to produce a little blood across some of the skin exposed on his body. Brings us to him for his turn. He does look a little concerned as he sees that half of his group has already been laid to waste by those right behind your shoulder. And he's also concerned about the dragon screaming you there. Just they're not frightened that he has a realization that it doesn't look well for him, though has not yet set in for him this quick. So he will go ahead and make an attack against you, Jessel. There's 3 attacks. I think they're at disadvantage because they can see you, correct? Cronus? Oh wait, he's not frightened anymore. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's see here. He's not flanking. So what's your AC? 20?
Yep.
19, 16, and 11. All miss. Bringing us to you, Lorna. Let's see here. What do you do? Anything else? You know what? He's going to go ahead and... Nope, he can't move closer to Cronus either. So, Lorna, what would you like to do?
Well, he's not frightened, so he can move.
Thank you. Oh my, I can't remember that. He'll, you know what? He'll move like this so he can tuck himself a little bit more under that alcove, that little... So, you know, he's got a little bit
Cool.
more coverage. Well, you know, he wouldn't know. You didn't make an attack, Bart, so he would have no clue that you're up there. That's too meta. So he would just try to move here, though, to get to maybe a potential flanking position with his squad of orcs here soon. So Lorna, sorry, go ahead.
No worries. She is going to 5, 10. She's going to tap Cronus on the shoulder and give him more temporary hit points as a bonus action. Get 7 more temporary hit points. So it's what, 5, 10, 15, 20. She's going to go there. And she's going to reckless Great Weapon Master against these orcs. Because, yeah, it's bad.
Just double check one thing.
Fuck yeah! I assume a 23 hits the orcs.
Oh yeah, 23 definitely hits. And
I think you missed.
Yeah, probably.
For 20 points of slashing damage.
That would be 47 points.
You don't have your rage on either.
Oh my god, I haven't been.
Also,
Fuck. So that's an additional 6.
Also, it only rolled 1 dice for your crit.
What? 2d6.
Yeah, you were recklessing, right?
Yeah. Why is all my shit damage an extra 1d6? So yeah, so that should be
Do you just want to manually roll the die and then you can fix that?
slash roll 4d. So that would be 5d6 total plus 16. So that would be 36 plus the 20, so 56 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
He added the rage.
Oh, plus 6. So
Alright.
another 6 on top of that.
Yes.
all the damage.
One of the half orcs have fallen in this group now.
God, 62 points. Yep. And she'll stay there.
Alright. Bart, it's up to you, sir. You do see Lorna and the orc squad over the edge.
Oh wait, that's the radius of light being emitted, I suppose.
Yep.
I wanted to be a skeleton. Okay.
I mean, that's dim light right there, and it's not moving.
Talking about.
Oh
talking
yeah,
about my radius.
near Josel, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd try and like jump off of here and get a surprise attack on this guy.
You know what? He does not know you're there, so I will definitely give you advantage on that. But you're also, flanking him, so go for it.
Okay.
Definitely hits. Both hit.
Oh, forgot to add the sneak attack.
Holy! That's a lot of sneak damage. I'm doing rogue wrong in your game, Walls. That's the difference, I guess, between a dedicated rogue. It's awesome. Okay, anything else, Bart?
That should be it.
All right. The orcs are going to make an attack. They're actually here, occupying your space. So any attacks they make against you, you go ahead and you get advantage against them. This goes for you too, Josel. You have advantage on any attacks against them since they're in your space, and they also have advantage against you as if they are flanking you. Let's do this. Character sheet. Where did you go? Okay. This one though is they only get the spots don't get multi attack. So they are gonna here. You attack them last one, so they're gonna come after you. And your AC is 20, and that will be a miss.
They have advantage.
Okay. They already had advantage because they're in because of the squad space and how work doing the squad rules.
Cool.
But you have advantage on them too, so you don't have to reckless anymore if you do not choose because you're in their space too.
Fuck yeah.
So that's going to be their turn. Let me see. They do have this other thing I haven't been paying attention. We have to speak towards the hostile. No, they're not going to move. That brings us to you, Nika. What would you like to do?
How's the human dude looking?
He's very bloodied actually right now, and the look of fear is definitely on his, or the realization that this is not going well for him is fully on his face now.
I'm going to look at him and kind of like play up how small and innocent I look and go, I think you want to kneel where you are. And I think you want to tell us everything about the orcs and the mercenaries further up. And I'm going to cast Suggestion on him.
Okay. For the new effect, this is supposed to be word and such a matter of. And this lasts for how long? Concentration up to 8 hours.
It's concentration up to 8 hours. However, once he's kneeled and told us everything about the orcs and the mercenaries further up, it stops.
So this is a wisdom save.
Wisdom
Here we
save.
go.
DC 17.
Not a good time to have a 0 modifier. 1 to 20. And he your spell is casting it and seems to go over him, and his face he blinks a couple times as your words kind of start to take form over his mind, but he does seem to be able to shrug it off for a moment as he starts to glaze over. He kind of shakes his head and kind of glares back at you, because I think they know once they've been the target of a spell like that, so he kind of glares back at you for trying to cast a spell upon him. Not much you can say about it from here, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll just kind of look at him and go, it's better than death. And then I will inspire
Josel. If you allow him to respond, he will say, okay, he'll hear your words. You still said those words. He's just heard it, but he's not going to respond at this moment.
And then I'll inspire Josel, so you get a D8 to whatever you decide to use it on. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right. Cronus, what would you like to do, sir? The orc squad has moved closer. There's still about 3 of them left.
Yep. I am going to shout out, leave the captain alive. And then I'm actually going to step into the fray.
Okay.
And first will be 2 sword attacks.
Okay. The first one hits. The second one does not. And you will have advantage on these.
Yeah.
Because you're in that space.
So
10. Yep.
And then burning a key point.
This. I'm sorry. Real quick. As you do that, Cronus, you will notice that one of the one of the guys that were looking really bad in that squad falls after that last blow. So now there's only 2 men left. Okay. 2 orcs left.
Burning key point, doing flurry of blows for 2 unarmed.
Hit and hit.
So 12 and 10.
All right, 22. All right. His health, what's he at? All right. This flurry of blows dropping on one of the orc members of that squad. Anything else on your turn, Cronus? Brings us to you, Faye. What would you like to do?
Alright, let me see. I'm just checking movement. Alright, I will also enter the fray.
Alright, go for it. Oh boy.
And 2 attacks.
Alright. Both hit, for sure. But now I can't find my token. So I'm going to move you out for a second. For 18, 30, 38 points of damage. Alright. And that is going to slay the last member of that squad. Dropping the orcs and half-orcs that were previously standing. What else would you like to do, Faye, with your turn?
I'm just going to look at the captain. I'm just going to kind of roar at him. Drop your weapons now.
Okay. It's Josel's turn first to act. As you say your command. Is there anything else you want to do, Faith, as you say those words?
That's it.
Okay. Josel, what would you like to do as you hear Faith say those words over your shoulder?
That's it.
Okay. The captain bleeding and angrily, looking around, but seeing that he's the last man standing, he really has no choice in the matter. He just promised me that life, and I'll tell you what I can. Otherwise, you might as well finish me here. At least if you give me a chance, I have a chance for Roku not coming after me to make me pay for it. And that's what he's going to do with this turn. So we are still in initiative order, unless you guys would like to, for the moment, pause combat and discuss further or talk with this guy further. What would you like to do, Lorna?
Lorna is going to step here, and she is just going to hold her sword to his chest and just be like, okay, for the moment, you have your life. And she'll basically just hold her action to spear him through if he attacks.
Sure.
Until he answers our questions.
He has dropped his weapons. I will go ahead and pause combat, but we'll keep the initiative order up just in case you guys don't like the way things are going. And you guys, he has dropped his weapons, so you guys do have him kind of detained at the moment, though he is not bound by any means. So go ahead and pause that. What would you guys like to do or say to him as he kind of stands before you disarmed?
I'm actually gonna walk up and put my hand on his shoulder and kind of give him a firm grip on the shoulder.
Okay.
And then
he tries to pull away
have
still,
a map?
but have a map.
Yeah, does one of us actually have a map of this area?
You guys would have a map that Ellison would have given you as he was kind of describing it in that war room. I don't think we ever actually said he gave you a map, but that would make sense that either one of his men would give you a geographical map, or you guys would have probably, took notes on what you had seen. Or at least a hand-drawn map, I would imagine.
Step over here.
Does he have a more accurate map?
Do the people that you just the captain you just captured?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Not more accurate than what you have. It has some of the notations, obviously some of the let's see, it would have special markings on it that wouldn't be on your map. Let me think about that. That's a good question.
Would it have the locations of the other spots that they might be in?
You look at the map and you will see. I'll just do it on your map here. I'll switch you guys to the other page. You guys are on the Hellmouth now. So let's see here. So you will not see. Obviously, just look at it. You'll just see these. You'll see some red X's kind of drawn in different areas along the map. Yeah, just several X's just kind of scattered across the map. Yeah, that's too many X's, sorry. Oh. Yes, so you will see a map with these, not necessarily red, what would be more realistic ink? It would probably just be black ink, I would imagine. So just black or charcoal, just X's through different parts of the map. Yeah, that's what you'll see on his map that he's carrying on his person.
Now, does X mark the spot, or does X mean something's dead there?
I think he looked for places that didn't have what they were looking for.
What are you looking for?
Are you looking for anything?
Takuro sure is. So is Thruk. Me
Where-
personally, I'm on trying. I was on detail to, make sure that only mercenaries were getting, coming through the pass.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of swallows his pride on that word, as he kind of obviously his failure as your conversation is a result of.
I mean,
you
technically
tried.
we're doing stuff for money. That makes us mercenary, right?
Yeah. Just not of your allegiance.
Although that could change for
It
him.
could.
True.
Also, is this the same one that outed me out as not being?
No, this is as being. Oh yes, this is the guy that's. I
The
mean,
dude who said you're
not
not that
necessarily-
dragonborn and then started a
not-
fight.
Yeah, not necessarily he added. Yeah, he's the one that kind of said, "I know or I've seen Daruku, and you're not Daruku."
Where is Daruku supposed to be? Where did he say he was going?
He
So
did say
he's-
it was the Giant Ball clan.
Oh, Giant Mall.
So he said that he's headquartered / running his operations.
Okay.
Doom
With
Hammer.
Taserface.
For
Yeah,
Taserface,
you know,
Doom,
the name of
Doom Hammer,
that clan
Taserface
is 3 letters away from a really bad joke.
Okay.
Mm.
Over my head, but
I misheard "maw" and thought there was a B in that word, and I was like, wait, that's the wrong 2 end letters. Anyway.
you know what? This font is horrible. I don't think you were here earlier, Nico, where we realized that the Red Rock clan looks like Red Rod, and the Dark Claw clan looks like Darth. Or
Yeah, when you said it, I heard giant ball, which then my brain corrected to giant ball. I'm like, that's not a good name.
I
a
mean,
great name.
it would fit in with everything else that we're misreading.
The Uno Ball clan.
Oh.
The ones that wanted to go unique but backed out halfway.
Grande. But yeah, sorry.
All right, so you guys are asking him questions. You did know that from what he shared earlier when he, outed Cronus saying, you're a long ways away from where you're at.
He never specifically answered what he was looking for, or Dakuru was looking for.
No, he didn't.
No, he never specifically answered that.
Is that something that's punishable?
He will say, he specifically said he wasn't looking, but he said Daruku is searching for something to do with, something that's been lost within these mountains for centuries, some kind of plant. He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's obviously not on that detail.
Very odd.
Do you know why a mercenary captain's looking for a flower?
We're not. So then discussing. We're getting paid handsomely to do that, among other things, for Thruk.
Taserface wants a flower?
Gesturing. He shrugs his shoulder. He goes, I'm not familiar with the exact details of what it is he's seeking, but there's supposedly something lost here that's of value. So a flower, a jewel, an artifact, I don't know.
But the orcs want the flower.
Must be
That's
valuable
what he's
to someone here. Yeah, so he's confirming that that's what they're looking for. Some kind of. Oh shoot! My headphones made noise.
So Daruku is looking for a flower for some date for the orc guy, whose name shall soon be Taserface.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're tearing. He'll say that they've been, working nonstop and been hiring, more and more help and adventurers that are looking for adventurers, mercenaries, everything. They've been Daruku has the finances to kind of coordinate and work with Thruk. Obviously, any compensation that Thruk is giving him, or what other means he has.
Okay.
So One kind of might be important question. What's the difference between him and Daruk? And I point to Cronus to say that. Cronus and Daruk. He said he recognized the differences. What were they? I want to know.
He'll say that Druko is a little bit taller, a little bit larger in size. He's also has some tattoos that are exposed around his neck that are different type of script and text. It's kind of unusual for this area. It's no text or script that he's familiar with. It's a different, how do they do that in D&D when it's not like it's like English and Spanish and Portugal or Portuguese.
Different alphabet.
Yeah, like it's not
Same
your
as...
Western common, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
And you don't know the language.
I'm not familiar with the language, but I know that. I mean, I know, I've seen that style before. I know what, I've read a book or two here and there. He kind of just takes a little offense at that, at the assumption that he's just a dumb idiot. But he says, I've seen that lettering from the eastern kingdoms and cities and villages from Yesnid.
Oh.
Wait.
Yesnid's to the west. Oh, no, it's east from there, yeah.
Side of the continent, so it would actually be...
Yeah.
Yeah, probably be... So.
It's west.
I guess instead of say the general direction, he'll say then, let me say, more specific area. I've seen those. He'll seen that script before in Kanzu and the Samaros Isles and the other, that eastern area of the world. Which, on that note, I should really move you guys here. It's just kind of neat to see where you guys are at. Let me move you to that map real quick. So, you guys are all the way over here. What do you think? Now you're all the way over here. Roughly.
And he's saying it's from, like, over here.
Yeah, he is saying that he's seen that kind of script and alphabet and, those kind of symbols and characters coming from this part of the world before. Either seen it or read about it or has met someone that he's familiar with the origin of that kind of common language, I guess.
Oh, also, we were told last session. I believe.
Oh, he'll also say he's also not wearing his. He'll say he's not wearing his pendant, which I've never seen him. Not pendant. It's his necklace that I've never seen him wearing.
What does it look like?
And he'll describe this kind of beaded necklace with this pendant on the end of it. It's this large black orb pendant that kind of hangs around his neck.
Big's the orb?
What's that?
How big's the orb? Like pendant size? My hand size?
Was it
it's huge, but it looks small on him.
I'll reach into my bag and pull the two out.
Is it about those size?
Yeah, as he kind of starts to speak, as you or go into your bag to pull out the orbs, cards will start to say, it's huge, but comparison to him, he makes it look small. But as soon as you pull the bags out, his eyes immediately read recognition of one of them, and he'll nod. It's exactly what it looks like. And then he'll just kind of look at you and the rest of your group up and down. It's like, you have two of them?
Did you really think you were going to somehow beat us? We're surprising.
Man, I did tell you if we were on the same side, you would already be dead.
Yeah. Being on our side's generally the easier option.
How
it
many?
really is.
How many of those orbs are there?
At least 3.
Oh, yeah.
Which means
Yeah,
we're
he
either gonna have to
shrugs.
steal
He's not
one
going to know
from.
that.
Means we're either gonna have to steal one from a mercenary captain, or more likely, take it without resistance.
Yeah.
But hey, Cronus. Now, if we meet someone else, we know what you need to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where he's from?
Hmm.
Oh no, I'm asking the guy that.
Mhm.
He'll shrug his shoulders. He does not know much more about it besides
Cool.
the fact that this is a necklace that Toroku wore.
Cool.
He wouldn't know any intimate details about it.
Do you
Okay.
have anything useful we need to know about?
He kind of frantically searches his head. You can see his the wheels turning, smoke coming out his ears as he knows it's contingent on you guys keeping your side of the bargain and letting him have his life. He kind of frantically looks around his thoughts. Like, I told you everything. I've answered all your questions honestly, as honest as I could. And he's thinking of what else he could share with you.
You say he was supposed to be where Taserface is, but do you know if he went on a separate mission and is not located there currently?
He'll say that Toroku is based out of is headquartering out of Giant Small Fantasy. Not only so very very. It is defensively far behind enemy lines that he can conduct his conducts some coordination with some level of safety, while also doubling. And this is stuff that the bandit captain will share. This allows providing. I'm calling him Taserface now. Providing Taserface a little bit more support back at Captain as he kind of is amassing his forces and pulling orcs from every clan to amass their forces down and to prepare on their march on Mythanor. So he's headquartering out of there, and he's trying. And he's also providing obviously some extra defense as other clans have been pouring troops down south to prepare for this attack on Mythanor.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I feel like that was a roundabout question or roundabout answer. Did I answer your actual question?
Yes?
Okay.
Does the name Drestar and Sundrum ring a bell?
Tristar, he seeks his kind of thinking through. I met quite a few people here. There's been people coming from all corners of the world to chase 15,000 platinum. It's a payday that you can dream of. That's enough money to start your own kingdom, if you will. Laughs jokingly, trying to lighten the mood, but I don't know how you guys are reacting to him trying to, but he'll kind of take it a little bit more seriously and say, they've seen all sorts of people. But the names specifically, Dristar and Cedrum, that was the, remind me before I start off to look at the note page, just so Dristar and Cedrum, that is the Hobgoblin and the Wood Elf, right?
I'm not sure. It is the two names he heard, but he doesn't know who that belongs to.
Gotcha. Okay.
Actually, let me check
Dristar and Cedrum.
other notes that might actually. Nope, not that one. That one.
Are you? he thinks and thinks. Is a weird name. He's sort of like kind of just saying it to himself back and forth both their names, frantically searching again. He's trying. If you don't even need to do an insight check. He understands the severity of the situation, trying to save his life. He's trying to find that name. The name's is an odd name. I definitely Dristar does kind of sound familiar, but I couldn't tell you why. Perhaps I ran into someone that's come looking for work named Dristar. I couldn't tell you for certain. What would you like to do, Joseph, or anything you'd like to say back to him when he's...
All right, so
Response.
you're probably not good with names. So instead, how about descriptions? And he's going to start going down the list of all the people's descriptions. The female barbarian, the male wood elf ranger, the male drow rogue, the female hobgoblin, and the male paladin.
Just looking at the descriptions real quick that you gave me for those guys to see if there was like distinguishing features that would really kind of, pick them out from the crowd real quick.
Well, the wood elf has black hair with green streaks in it.
That's what I was actually just reading. That's gonna be way more distinguishable than someone. Oh wait, this is a drow with shape. No, not shaved head. He's white hair. Yeah. Okay. As you describe the looks of the people that you're trying to help have him identify, and you're going through your catalog of descriptions, his eyes and ears seem to perk at the information of black hair and green streaks. Well, that's far from an exact match or ID, but I do remember seeing some elf with some peculiar hair, like green hair, at some point pass through. Mind you, he wasn't traveling through the mountains with guards or that's just a alarm. He had safe passage through. I want to say the last time I saw him he was heading up north to look at to get orders in so they could continue the search for whatever Tharuk is looking for. So I would imagine they would have made their way up the river towards the Giant Small Clan village. So he'll confirm that he's seen someone with that hair and that description, but he can't confirm it's actually Dristar or who you're seeking. But yeah, he does say that he saw someone that matched the description. Team, you're looking for the bounty on this item that they're looking for, and headed to go see Daruku in the Giant Small village, and take the orders from there. So. Any other questions, Joseph, or anything else you want to say when he shares that? Did I cut out?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
All right.
If we let you go, what you gonna do?
So yeah, I have an idea for that. But first, we were told before that they were using the bombs to clear the mountains out.
Mm-hmm.
Where have they been getting those from?
Daruku is kind of has shown them how to make it themselves. They go deep into the mines and they pull this black powder out, and and the Drow and the others have been able to help kind of bring this weird kind of dust, and they kind of I've seen them like pour it into those shells and stuff. So either he's smuggling in the powder or it's getting mined and brought to him. And he's able to work with Farouk's forges to kind of shell them or put them into those little shells that you're referring to.
Right.
So he says they're either smuggling it in with the mercenaries that are still coming in, but they're also creating them from the natural resources as well. He's obviously familiar, or at least knowledgeable enough in the crafting of these kind of shells.
All right. And now what to do for you after? I'm proposing, depending on where Josel's owl is, you go back to Mythanor as somebody we saved. You inform the guards of all the information they need for the enemy armies. And then upon that, I'll make sure the owl pays you. And then you can go leave and do whatever.
The owl paid me? Or how does that work?
Yeah. We work in mysterious ways. Speaking of which, do you want me to put the thing on him? And
Do
I'm
what?
looking at Cronus, like, obviously with the face that says play along from up top of this boulder I'm lounging on my stomach.
I mean, sure. Yeah.
Cool. And I kind of like hop down. Just go, can you, like, kneel to the dude?
And he's already on his knees because I'm holding him down, actually.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna take out 2 daggers I have, which, considering how little I use them, are probably very, very shiny. Almost
Okay.
reflective.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can see your reflection in them. Absolutely.
Yep. And I'm
Very
gonna
pretty.
cast Minor Illusion to make, like, our little symbol, and make it look like it appears on his back, like, shoulder where you can never see on your own, and use the 2 daggers like a mirror to show him.
Okay.
And so, make it there, the owl will pay you. By the time you get there, this mark will have gone away once the money hits your hands. If you try to betray us, however, this mark will burn through your skin until it comes out the other side of your chest. And you'll be dead.
I mean, I was thinking about just having the owl kill him.
Oh,
that
I
owl-
mean,
that
he
owl's
could do
pretty
that
decent.
too. This one takes a bit.
Go ahead and roll deception
With advantage?
or intimidation. Either yes, advantage. Deception or intimidation with advantage.
They really should be the same, however, my intimidation's not for some reason, so I was
you
mainly going for
for-
deception.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree.
29?
He kind of you see that the thought is crossing his mind, like there's no way, like he's trying, like there's no way out of this, like it's either not that he's necessarily trying to think of a way out of it, but he's like he's just trying to think of his options and the consequences that are before him. He goes, he nods to you and I'll honor my agreement. He goes, gold's not worth my life, and
Good.
If you promise me my freedom once I meet Mythanor, my freedom means more to me than the gold. I just want to be able to leave Mythanor and get away from here as far as possible before
Mission
Farouk
we
comes
send you.
sending people after deserters.
Oh, like Boss said. Mention we sent you, you'll leave unaccosted. Do something stupid, however, and you'll die there.
Yeah. And he'll agree. He'll nod to your terms. Accept your terms.
And then, Josel, where's your owl at?
I peer in Ichabod's eyes.
Very close. Within the next 15 minutes, he'll have reached Mythanor.
Few minutes.
So we're gonna hang out here for a half hour, interrogate him a little bit more with some stupid stuff, and then
Throw little pebbles in his head.
Draw
And
like
then,
a pretty mustache on his
pretty much
forehead.
as soon as oh shit, what the hell's the name of your owl?
Ichabod.
Ichabod. I was getting ready to say Akabed, but I'm like, whatever. As soon as Ichabod's done, bring him here so he knows that this owl means business.
So what are you guys going to do now? As you guys kind of have him detained, he's not bound, but he's kind of like, he's in a compromised position, kneeled down before you guys talk and kind of do this interrogation.
We're waiting for Josel to pop Ichabod back here once Ichabod does his thing.
Okay. The time passes and Ichabod does deliver the letter. And you want to poof him back then, Josel? Yep. All right. Poof. Ichabod reappears after delivering the letter to Mythanor about the troops amassing outside their door. What would you like to do?
I'm actually gonna put like 5 platinum pieces into like a little small pouch and tie it around Ichabod's leg, I guess, and be like, as soon as you're in Mythanor and you're done with the guards, he'll land and let you have the pouch.
Seeing the bird materialize right before him, he's not going to question your word. It sounds, and you can see him. You can see a little bit of some emotion change within him, that he's starting to get a little hopeful that he's not going to lose his life today. He'll nod to your turn, or nod to what you just described. Anything else you guys would like to do or say before he starts making the trek back to Mythanor?
Should we give him like a dagger to protect himself, just in case?
Sure.
Why? He knows the enemy anyway. Why would he?
Oh yeah.
I know, but there's still wildlife.
I mean, we can give him his weapon. Ichabod can stay out of range. No range weapons for him, but he can have his melee weapon.
I mean, quite honestly, Ichabod would probably still kick the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that owl like spit acid on people and make them dissolve, so he'll be fine.
So as he stands up to leave, he will follow your orders, with Ichabod pursuing him with the platinum coins, and he begins his trek back to Mythanor. You guys are left standing here with the bodies of the other men that you've slain, picking up just a little coin from their own purses. Nothing great, only maybe 23 gold pieces in total after checking all their coin purses. So there's some other crude armor and weapon there, such as hide and other kind of stuff, but nothing of superior or exceptional quality or anything like that. What would you guys like to do now? Keep heading towards the river, or would you like to make camp here soon?
Or we head wherever we're heading next. Should we hide these bodies?
Probably.
That's probably a good idea.
Could we tuck
This is
them?
a lot of bodies.
I mean, we're not obviously going to be able to hide them well, but we could try.
I'm going to unfold the wagon.
I mean, they are technically objects now.
What is this, the bring out your dead type moment?
Yup.
We'll dump them in the river once we get there.
DnD Hearst.
No. I mean, I do have a bag of holding. Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not putting more dead things in the bag of holding.
You're just...
Definitely not.
I mean, we're just going down to the river, though.
Yeah. We'll just
Okay,
dump
remember
them
the
in
last
there.
time y'all put some dead things in the bag of holding?
Yeah,
We
you know
sold
how
slime
long-
to fishermen.
Yeah, and it worked.
They're dead.
But we
There
were
didn't
also
need to be slime we had to get rid of.
we forgot it was in there because we were inside the Underdark for so damn long.
I mean, that's true.
Like,
That's
the
true.
river's right there. Like we
Cool.
can we see
Put
the
them in the
river from
early
where
bird
we are?
then.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Can we see the river from where we are?
No, but you are seeing traces of water, more creeks and stuff in this area as you guys have made your way further through the Barren. So you would suspect with your survival and nature, knowledge that you're not too far away.
Counter proposal to putting dead bodies in the bag of holding. It's a lot easier to put them in the wagon.
Okay, so you want to sleep where the dead bodies were laying.
I mean, we've done weirder shit.
Don't mean we have to.
Just put them in the ground. Dig some holes, shovel.
It's gonna
reeds.
take too long.
Also, there's like only 4 of us that can dig a grave.
Actually,
so no.
we're at the end of the river. It's current, so when we throw them in the river, they're just gonna
They're
stay
just
there.
gonna
I just meant like push them away from the main path
Okay,
here.
okay.
I mean, there are caves and tunnels
Yeah.
and things that you've seen like bats fly out of.
Yeah.
So there are
Let's-
tons of options
let's
for you.
shove
You
them
could
in
be
there.
Because, like, if this were a road, they're essentially in the center. Let's not leave them here.
Yeah, let's just shove them off into a cave somewhere, let the bats eat them. It's gonna be fine.
Do you know what bats eat?
These could
No,
be
she
weird
doesn't.
ass bats. Who the fuck knows?
Most bats are herbivores. Unless
Yeah.
it's a vampire, and then you have other problems.
Whatever.
These
Let's
could-
just shove them in the damn wagon.
Yeah,
No. Throw them in the caves.
in the caves. Just throw them in the fucking caves.
And I go drag a goblin
I'm just gonna
to a
grab them.
cave.
Yeah, start dragging dead fucking orcs over.
I will say with your strength, and if you take enough time, you guys are able to successfully store the bodies in different holes and within the terrain, so there's not quite out in the middle of the road. How long would you spend to really try to hide the bodies? Do you want to hide them wherever you're stuffing
Almost
them?
not any
No.
time at all.
Okay, you're stuffing them,
Like,
and getting them off the main
30
road.
seconds.
You're good. You're not
Yeah.
even trying to throw the bodies in a ditch. You're just trying to get them out of the main road. which
We're
you
trying to
guys
put them
can
into a
do.
cave. That's
But
it.
I'm
course.
stuffing them in
Yeah.
a cave.
But yeah.
Make sure a foot or anything doesn't stick out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat them in the back. Yep.
All right. So yeah.
And then we'll walk the rest of the way to the river and then camp at the end of the river.
Yep.
You want to camp in the early bird or the bubble?
Both?
I mean, the early bird doesn't fit inside the bubble.
Hmm.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna sleep in the early bird because there's actual beds in there.
Hmm. Yep.
Well, if you guys want to ride the early bird to the river, you will be able to
don't
make it
have
to the river proper, like where it's actually starting to be bodies of water and start to be more than just creek and dry clay ground. It starts to approach you. This is with the moonlight kind of reflecting on the water. It's kind of you won't get too much more information, but it just looks kind of weird and eerie that the river doesn't. You know what? You wouldn't want to get that during the nighttime. So sorry, that's trying to confuse you guys. But you guys do make the river with the light and the stars kind of reflecting off of it, and it's about 2 a.m. now at this point. What would you guys like to do at this point? Do you guys want to set up a camp in a nearby cave in the bubble, or did you guys want to stay in the rocks, or did you guys want to do something differently and keep riding the wagon alongside the river as far as you can
We're
go?
not riding the wagon. We ain't
No.
got nothing to pull it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
fair
saying
enough.
that
I'm sorry. Yeah,
we're sleeping in the wagon.
Yes.
gotcha.
At the end
Do you
of
want
the
to sleep
river.
out there, or do you want to sleep? Okay, so you guys. Okay.
Is
Well,
there a
then
cave near the
outside.
end of the river?
Not near the river per se, but
No.
you could easily get to a cave or a cave, in the area that would be within minutes of the river. So,
Yeah, let's do
as
that.
as you kind of get your bearings and get the lay of the land, you know where the river's at. You try to seek safer shelter like a cave or something that would just have some shelter. It's a little bit of a hike away from the river, but you guys are able to find a spot that would, seems to not be occupied currently by anything else. No other real evidence in here besides, it's damp and cold, but you do see a little guano, a little poop and stuff, and like bats and stuff, but otherwise nothing else that's really alarming you.
Yeah.
You guys if you'd like to make a tiny hut, you guys can do that too. Is that what you guys are doing, or do you want to set the wagon in the cave? There's enough space for both.
Let's put the hut at the mouth of the cave, and so it blends in a bit more, so it doesn't look like there's a cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to? We can go. It's already at that magical hour, but if you guys would like, we can go in. We can leave our session here at nighttime, where we can keep role playing for those that can hang out and talk still and chat. We can just open it up to just in-game character chat, or if you guys would like to, you guys can also have the option to do in-game character chat in the chat channel, since you guys are at that stopping point tonight. So if you guys want to do something offline that way too, that's perfectly fine. Does anybody got time to stick around, or is there anything you guys want to chit chat about as a group without prying ears, or are you guys just ready to go to sleep as soon as possible?
I mean, I gotta jump off, but I was actually gonna try to have. Who has the magic sewing needles?
I do. What do you need?
See if you can make a necklace out of like hemp or something that can hold the black orbs.
Cronus, if it's to look like the dude, we still have the hat of disguise.
I mean, it'd be nice to be able to just wear them anyways.
I will have the needles make that.
Okay. That will begin working.
With that said, I have to jump off here.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and pause it here. If you guys want to do offline character check, that's fine. We're already losing two of the groups, so we'll just go ahead and call it there, and we'll pick up here if there's something that you guys want to do. Otherwise, we'll fast forward to then what happens in the middle of the night and then to morning.
Okay.
All right, well, Anika, I'm glad you were able to join us. And thanks everyone for a great time. I'm glad everyone could join us, but Anika, I'm glad you were able to make it, because you seem like you might have missed or maybe gonna miss tonight. So this is a lot of fun. Thanks.